Hey everybody, it's Chris Mall, the owner of CMS Law Firm. Today, I want to talk to you about when an estate tax return is required. So, before I get to that though, I want to remind you, if you have questions about this or anything else related to estate planning or probate, you can talk to us over the phone for free by going to cmslawfirm.com. Okay, estate tax returns. Most people don't think they probably need to file one. Most people probably don't need to file one, but there are going to be a couple of instances when you do. And in Washington State, those instances are probably going to be more frequent than not. And I just was talking to a potential client, now a client, about this and the need to file some estate tax return forms, and I thought we would talk about it here today. So, short answer, estate tax returns federally really only need to file a estate tax return if your estate is over $11.7 million, or if you want to elect portability. So portability is a federal estate tax concept. Basically, it allows you to give your spouse, if you are married, your estate tax exemption. So if you have a spouse, you guys each get $11.7 million. When you die, you can give your $11.7 million exemption to your spouse by filling out an estate tax return and checking a box. Okay, basically, it will port. That's why it's called portability. The estate tax exemption over. Now, a little nugget here to consider: if you are well below the 11.7 million, but you still have significant assets, let's say in the 3 to 4 to like $10 million range, you may still want to consider electing portability if your spouse passes away. Here's why. I don't think the estate tax exemption is going to be $11.7 million forever. I don't know how long it's going to be $11.7 million, but if you can capture and hang on to that estate tax exemption, no matter what the amount is, I would probably consider doing that because filling out the IRS form is not that difficult. I mean, you have to know what you're doing, but it's not like a crazy rocket science-y, and the upside is huge, right? You get a tremendous amount of estate tax exemption carried over. So that is one instance when you might want to do it. In Washington State, if you are over the estate tax exemption, even if you are giving everything, even if everything is going to a surviving spouse, you still have to file the estate tax return. Okay, you have to do that within 9 months. The timelines are the same. 9 months for both. You can ask for a 6-month extension by literally just filling out a form and sending it in. That applies to both sort of tax returns. But in Washington State, if you are over the taxable amount, even if everything's going to a spouse, you still have to file the return. You have to do it timely, and you have to let them know that everything is going to a surviving spouse. And if it's not, then you have to let them know that as well. So that may require, and the estate tax exemption amount for Washington State is $2.193 million. So although that seems like it's not a low threshold, it doesn't take very much to get there if you consider the sort of wealth that's captured in real estate, particularly in the Seattle area, and life insurance, because life insurance proceeds count in that number. All right, that's it. It's gonna be a shorty today, it looks like, but a goodie, hopefully. So if you have questions about Washington State estate taxes or federal estate taxes and you want to talk with us, I'd be happy to. Again, you can go to cmslawfirm.com and set up a time to talk with me over the phone for free. cmslawfirm.com. All right, that is it. As always, I am Christopher Small, and I am so excited that you made it this far. If you did, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you again soon. See ya.